everybody, it is windy. Let me tell you, windy. Anyways, if y'all seen in the last video, we actually shot these rabbits, hunted them, last day of season. It's still the last day of season. However, we're gonna test out a new product. Never seen this before, and it is this right here. Never even heard of it before. It's a wild game cleaner. By the concept of it is, from what I can tell you, you hook up a hose to it, got a little handle, shoots water down into here. Looks like it's got a valve right there. And as you can see, there's little holes in each little blade, and that blade supposedly spins around. As you can tell by the diagram, supposedly you put your meat in there and it blows all the feathers and everything else up and out of the top of the bucket. The stuff that'll float, you know, the meat's supposed to stay down at the bottom, and everything else, all the fat and the bull crap's supposed to come off of it, hair, whatever. We're fixing to find out how good or bad it actually is. So, what does it say here? If y'all want to read all that, just read it. Pause the video and read it. But anyways, let's get on with it. We're gonna clean the rabbits first, though. Y'all just get out of the way. All right. Some instructions. Huh. Okay, there's more to it than what I was thinking originally. And that's zip tied. There it is, everybody. There you go. From what I can see, like if you tighten it down too much, I mean, nothing's going to spin. But if you go out too loose with it, it'll let it telescope up and down, I think. Or telescopic, whatever you want to call it. See, just like that. So I think what you got to do is you got to find that sweet spot where it'll still spin like that, but something about it won't telescope. I don't know. It's kind of weird, ain't it?
Yeah.
It's kind of goofy. Maybe. Let's see what happens here. Okay, I see what's going on now. It ain't meant to spin. It ain't meant to spin at all. It's got the water shooting in opposite direction. See what I'm saying? That's what's making it circle. Was that an O-ring in that? I don't think there was. Let me just check. No, it didn't come with one. Alright, everybody, unbeknown to me, that was a time lapse, but I don't know if this camera's picking it up well or not. Probably not, but you can see little debris and junk floating up to the top there. I mean, it is having an effect. I don't know if it's any faster than if you're just gonna do one rabbit, but if you had quite a few rabbits or something like that, I could kind of see where you could throw a few in here, get them to washing, and while this is, because it's gonna take a while, obviously, but if it could wash them, like you can see this little film right here coming to the top that I can't catch. But anyways, if this could be washing it for you while you're off cleaning more animals or rabbits or whatever, I could see where it might have a benefit. So, just gonna give it till some of this stuff on top finally goes away. Aha! Right there, I got something. It's been about 5 minutes now, and there's still stuff coming off this. I mean, it's continually blowing stuff off, but let's see what the rabbit looks like. I literally just pulled some stuff off right there. There's still some more in the bag, but that's... Yeah. So, at least with a whole carcass, I can't say I'm going to recommend that. ain't what you call plumb clean, but what do you think? I don't know either.
I think you'd be better off on a water hose.
Yeah, something that actually gonna agitate it instead of just sit still in one spot. Cause that thing don't spin, it ain't designed to spin.
Water is going around.
Yeah. Stuff is kind of coming to the top there, but I don't know. So far, not so good, y'all. We're gonna try something else.
They're talking about it just spinning, you know what I mean? Fresh water constantly going on me.
Maybe.
You know,
Well, no ground. They said till it was clear, and that ain't really clear. But my goodness, we done wasted how many gallons of water? You know what I'm saying? I just, yeah. Like I said,
throw them in and see what they do.
Let's see what happens. So, throw in smaller pieces because it was kind of advertising smaller stuff.
Well, now they're moving.
Okay,
around.
now they're rolling around. So so maybe it ain't meant for a big piece. Maybe it's meant for smaller stuff that's actually going to get going around there. Although I can see a piece that's already hung up in the basket, but it's still getting hit with other stuff and pushed around, still twirling and moving, which is super cool, I think.
I can see how that would clean them.
Yeah, look at all that right now. That makes a little more sense right there. I should have done it better before and after, I guess. Hopefully y'all seen it at home, but like I said, even if something does get hung up, it's like eventually something else rolls back around and dislodges it. But either way, we're gonna give that a little while. Back with you shortly. I'd say, would you? Okay, it's roughly 3 minutes later, everybody, and you can still see just all kind of junk floating around in there. So I guess we're just gonna shut this off. Maybe that'll quit shooting us at it. I can also say I don't like that though. It might need its own gasket or something, I don't know, but either way. So that pops out from the little spot. It's just a bit of grass and it's supposed to be cleaning anyway, so we don't care. So let's see if it makes a difference if you use that as intended. Already got 2 off of it. I mean, it's clean. It's just you just can't bypass the fact that you cleaned it and got touched hair all over the place. I mean, it's washed, but I don't know. I mean, but on the flip side, if like I said, if you was doing a lot and you use clean it, throw it in the bucket. See what I'm saying?
Look what's in the bucket.
Yeah, and like I said, look what's in the bucket, but still a gob of it. But in theory, if he's doing a bunch and this was doing that one step for you, I mean, instead of just picking them, get them out, pick a little bit minuscule amounts of hair off, it come off easy because it's saturated, and then get them out, get you a new batch in there. I could kind of see where it would work and have a benefit, but just for doing 1 or 2 or something like that, it just really ain't worth the time. So, what's your final thoughts on it?
If you had a whole lot to do, it'd probably be good to get the blood and get them washed real good.
Yeah.
Just leave them in there a lot longer, but you're going to use a lot of water.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's just so.
Look at the water pump.
Yeah, it's all right here. Yeah, it's kind of hard to justify that. Huh. Well, it ain't gonna keep us from trying to do it some more, I don't reckon. So.
Dump that water out.
Yeah. That'd probably help out. We're gonna lay this down. But I mean, there's a good before and after. That's what it looked like before, and that's what it looks like after. So I mean, it's kind of, if you don't mind a little bit of hair on your meat and some other stuff, I mean, who knows? Hey, this might be your situation right here. I don't know, I cut meat for a living. I'm kind of a snob, so you have to bear with me. But I will have to say it's probably meant more for quartered up stuff, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah.
So let's try quartering up a rabbit and then. Okay. Take two, I guess. Here. Trying to not drop too much of this. I'll come back for that. Huh. I ain't got that basket in there. Crap. And it's supposed to lock in that little square at the bottom. There's a little dead center supposed to, yeah. Alrighty, take two.
Turn the knob on it.
Yeah, I got a few more pieces though. Okay. And it comes with its own hand washer too, look at that. Now here we go. Okay, and I see that handle getting in the way of progress. There we go. Yeah, I see a lot of meat not moving around too. In short, everybody, it sucks. Okay, you waste too much water, and I don't know if the camera done it any justice to where you could actually see just how much bull crap was still left behind, little pieces of hair and this, that, and other. The thing is, we tested out, even doing just a few little small pieces, it would kind of work, still hairy, but now disclaimer, I did rough clean them. I didn't do my normal procedures of not transferring. I mean, I intentionally done them fast and nasty just to really test out this thing's capabilities. But it sucks, long story short. Regardless, it ain't, you don't save any time, you definitely don't save any water, and by the time you put enough meat in there to make it productive like we were thinking, you know, put a lot in there, go back doing something else, it don't want to function if it's too crammed full. Not the full rabbit, even like right there at the end, you see me throw 2 rabbits worth of meat in there instead of 1. And it's just pitiful. I mean, that's just a big waste of money. You'd be better off with a hose, in my opinion, and clean skinning methods. But either way, that's my opinion. I'm not saying it ain't got a place to do something in this world, but it ain't good for cleaning small game, let's put it that way. But in other news, we're having a giveaway right here. If you, no, just kidding. But either way, hopefully y'all enjoyed that review. One thing I didn't put out too much in the video, we was talking about locking the bottom of it. In case y'all do want to give it a try, which I don't recommend. At the bottom of them blades right there, you see this little old cross looking thing. Well, in the bottom of this basket, there's a little groove that it fits right in. Like that, and that's what keeps the blade from turning around. But either way, that's the only thing I didn't really point out in the video, so there y'all are. If it's something for you, great. If it ain't, if you can find a function for it, great. But I wouldn't suggest it on, like I said, small game cleaning, because dadgum, it's supposed to save time. So to save the time on clean skin, I mean, you know, your rough skin them just to speed up, and you're supposed to throw them in here and they clean off. It ain't gonna do that, long story short. So you still just can't beat good clean skinning methods. So there you are for what that's worth. Hope y'all enjoyed that, and see y'all on the next video.